watch you while you sleep, holding you, lost inside every breath you breathe. I don't wanna live a day without you, I just wanna be the one that makes you happy.
Okay, this is another video. I'm in the mood to make videos today. I was watching Why I Am an Atheist and Anti-Theist by Greg K. And this is part that I want to just talk on or comment on.
For me, the main reason is that God's omnipotence and thus omniscience, as omnipotence always leads to omniscience, is not compatible with the belief in free will. If there is no free will, then evil cannot exist, as it is based on the ability of one to freely choose their actions. If a person is not responsible for their actions, then we can't call their behavior evil. If evil and free will don't exist, then this instantly proves the Bible to be false. He then added, to prove that free will is not compatible with God's omniscience, if I have an apple in one hand and an orange in the other, and I ask you to choose one of these, and God knows you're going to choose the apple, is it possible for you to choose the orange? If the answer is yes, then this means that God is not omniscient, hence not omnipotent, hence a weak God. If the answer is no, then this proves you have no free will and our future is predetermined by God.
You understand what he's saying? Okay. You have an apple here, and you have an orange here, and God already knows that you're going to pick the apple. Can you pick the orange? If the answer is yes, you can pick the orange, then God is not all-knowing, because you're taking God off guard. God knows you're going to take the apple, but you take the orange, so you caught God off guard. God was wrong. He's not all-knowing. He's fallible. If you cannot pick the orange, you can only pick the apple because that's what God knows you're going to do, then you have no free will. You cannot do anything but what God has already preordained you to do. Everything you do it's orchestrated by God and his divine plan. So, in other words, you can't steer off the path of what God has planned for you, and if you can't steer off the plan, then there's no free will. I've been trying to say this for in many videos, and this guy says it very well. So that was kind of something I wanted to say, but there's not enough there to put together a whole video. But I think it's a good point. Actually, this video I wanted to talk about really has to do with Christmas. I watched another video by the amazing Atheist, and it's called, I have to go to my likes thing, 3 Reasons Atheists Are Better at Christmas.
I'll give you 3 reasons why
So yeah, we're not going to play it, but yes, that's what I saw to inspire this video.
They could rule.
Shit. Stop it!
As
you know, this new computer is almost as bad now as the old one. I don't know what it is. I think maybe because I discontinued my Comcast and I'm going on the internet through Wi-Fi, and maybe Trojan, or is it Trojan? Norton? No, I'm not thinking about condoms. Just Norton doesn't protect as well when it's Wi-Fi. I don't know, but it's getting all the same bugs that my other laptop had. So I'm kind of pissed off about that. Now, this has to do with Christmas. And the fact that we don't assign, as atheists, we don't assign all the bullshit to it. It's just a special time to be with your family. It's a special time to gather with the people you love the most. That's what Christmas is. That's what Christmas is all about. That is the true meaning of Christmas. It's not about material possessions. It's not about accumulating things, which unfortunately that's what the commercialism is trying really hard to make it be about. That's not what Christmas is about. I miss being with my family on Christmas morning, and they turn, there's Christmas music, and they turn the tree on, and everybody's there, and half of us are still in our PJs, and somebody gets to be Santa, and they're the ones that hand out all the presents. With my family, Christmas was very meager. With just one parent, it was very meager. We usually got what we needed. Maybe one frivolous thing, and then maybe 3 or 4 things that we needed. That was our Christmas. When I got married, I married into a big family that was financially more well off than the one that I had been raised in. And it was overwhelming how many presents were under the tree. And it was a several hour long, or at least it seemed to be. Maybe it was just an hour long thing where we would be all sitting around, and our designated Santa person would be picking out the packages and distributing them, and it was so fun to watch other people opening their presents and their expressions, and then we would have breakfast, and it was an all-day affair. We would, after breakfast, we'd dink around. One of the traditions of the family was usually everybody, either every kid or every adult with a kid, with the kid inside, would get a car. And we would go to the end of the hallway at my ex-husband, at the time he was my husband, at his house. We'd go to the end of the hallway, and we'd, pull the cars back and let them go, and they'd fly down the hallway, and, we'd have little races. And one year they got a big racetrack, and these cars were electric. We put the cars, and we were all, and they were going zoom, zoom. Actually, it was kind of a figure eight thing, and we did that for hours. It was just, or we would watch movies, or I think one year there was some video games we played. It was just a day of being with this wonderful, warm family. And when I was losing my marriage, when I felt it falling apart, the hardest thing for me was losing the family. Knowing that I was losing the first family that really felt like a family to me since I was a little kid. I adored my husband's family, and part of the reason I fought so hard for my marriage was because I didn't want to lose the family. I didn't want to lose that. So now, being by myself, I don't miss the presents. I don't miss the commercialism. I miss the togetherness. I miss, we did for a couple of years, we all packed up in cars and drove around in neighborhoods and just looked at other people's Christmas lights. That became kind of like a week before Christmas thing. I don't know if it was Christmas Eve, but it was around Christmas Eve that we would do that. I miss it. There was always a big thing at Christmas Eve at Mark's, that's my ex-husband's name, grandparents' house, before Grandpa Mel passed away. After Grandpa Mel passed away, not so much. Christmas Eve kind of became a thing that we did at my sister-in-law's house, or the in-laws. Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day, two big wonderful things that I just looked forward to, and I don't have that anymore. I don't have the people. That is what I miss. That's what Christmas is about. When Christians talk about, like they have a monopoly on Christmas, and that atheists shouldn't be able to celebrate Christmas because we don't believe in God and Jesus and all the stuff that they stick on, they try to make Christmas be all about. It makes me angry, because Christmas is for everybody. Christmas is, whatever you call it, be it Hanukkah or winter solstice or whatever name you put on it, it's all the same thing. It all means something to people. It's all about getting together and traditions and reunion and just being with people you love. I miss it. I miss having a family. I just miss having a family so much. And I guess that's the hardest part about Christmas for me. But that's what Christmas means to me. It means being with family. It means sharing togetherness and the warm, magical feeling that comes with Christmas. You know, the pretty lights and the music. And in Wisconsin, we used to go caroling in the snow. I have very fond memories of that. We don't do that here. There's not enough snow. Christmas caroling isn't a thing out in Washington. I don't know if it is, and if it still is in Wisconsin, but it was when I was a kid. So that's all. That's what Christmas means to me, and that's what I miss. I don't miss the presents. I don't miss, I definitely don't miss shopping. I'm one of those rare women that do not like to shop. I really don't like to shop. If I have to shop, I try to shop as much as possible online. I don't miss shopping till you. They used to do shop till you drop night with my former family. We used to go to Bellevue Square, which is this huge 2-story mall, huge mall, and you could literally shop for hours and hours and hours until you you dropped practically, and that's what we would do, and I miss that. I miss everything about being in the family. Except, of course, the husband that treated me like shit. I don't miss that, but I miss everything else. So, that's what Christmas is. That's what I miss. It's not the presents. And even giving presents to me was always so much more fun than getting. I loved when I found the perfect gift for somebody and I knew that it would be something that they would totally, totally fall in love with. And then wrapping it up and waiting until, they pick up the one from me and knowing that they're about to have a really great, surprise, real happy surprise. And just watching their faces, they open it up, and that's what I miss. So, okay, this is my little thing about Christmas, and that's what I miss, and I think that's what Christmas is really about. It surpasses all stupid belief systems. It's just a time to be with family and to show people you care and to feel cared about, and that's what it is. That's the spirit of Christmas. And I'm sorry, if Christians feel like they have this war on them, it's because they're trying to hog it all and call it their holiday, and it isn't. It's everybody's holiday. It's everybody wants to be with people. Everybody wants to be with family. Everybody wants to not be alone sometimes. And I think Christmas is one of those days where that's pretty much a universal thing for most people. That's just me. That's what I think. I can't say, I'm not saying that I'm right. It's just what I think. So, okay, end of video. Didn't mean to get depressing. I was trying to just express what I think Christmas is all about. So, if you've been watching, thank you. Bye.